Yeah, how are you doing today? Today is
Um,
pretty hot, isn't it?
yes, I haven't have some breakfast today because I read some script for today podcast. So I'm kind of busy today. What about you, though? Yeah, today is very hot. I just got back from eating outside, and it was a very tiring. And it was a very tiring walk because of the heat today. But overall, everything's been going great. I had a great time eating. That's all. How about you, Aina?
I went to Cenderawasih today and I ate pulut mangga.
Oh, pulut
It
mangga.
cost me around 10 ringgit.
10 ringgit.
For
It's kind of
me,
cheap. It's
here
not bad.
lah.
For
Here,
JB for JB standard, it's not bad.
yeah, because in Kelantan is probably 6 ringgit only.
I
But the
see.
but the taste is so-so.
Uh
So-so. I can tolerate with it.
you cannot compare to Kelantan lah.
Never.
I see,
Never.
I see. Okay, Syamim, anything you wanna add?
Okay. As we are both from Kelantan, right? Can you give some of your opinion? I heard you can eat budu, right?
Yes, I
Yeah.
can. Because I have seduan. I apa if I eat budu, I will get itchy.
Itchy. You get some allergy reaction.
Mm-mm. So I I I only tried budu once, and that was my last and my
First
first and
and
my last.
last. First
Yes.
and last. Right. So what? Okay. We know Adam is from Selangor, right? What do you think the interesting things that have in Selangor?
From my experience in Selangor, it's not really a tropical nor it's traditional style. It's actually more to a city part. So the only positive thing I can think about Selangor is it has many outlets or malls near us, so we can go there easily. And the weather there is also consistent. Uh, Depends on the month. But overall, Selangor don't have much interesting things. But it's a very good place that it has many access to malls, to any other place. So it's easy to get into any trends or meet any viral spots. Yeah, that's all.
Okay. As nobody asked, let me talk something about Kelantan. For Kelantan, each year the apa? What? The monsoon. The monsoon. Monsoon. Oh, the monsoon wind will come to our country and with the apa, flood every year. So some of the facility like mall at the city will be closed, but the main attraction in Kelantan is almost like beach at the like Bukit Keluang. You can go hiking there, and Kelantan also have some good cushion like nasi kerabu or
Yes, it's my favorite. Oh my
yes,
god.
this is one of my favorite too. And then the cultures like the kibarat that you can find in other countries, like the music, like if you ever heard about K-pop, not Korean pop, like Kelantan pop, it's like
Yes.
dangdut but in Kelantan.
Coket mok bonok eh.
Joget Mobolo apa
Hmm.
setandang pisang ah. Macam tu, in Kelantan dia Kelantan pop lah.
It's the newest one. Cocek-cocek tu.
Oh, cocok ni. Tak. The viral one, the cocok is very long ago. The
Yeah.
decade. The Halim Yazid one.
It's my father's
Oh
era.
yes. But suddenly it become viral on this day because of
Lyric maybe.
the lyric. The lyrics is so funny for our generation,
Uh,
just
it's
but
about lizard.
about lizard. How can people expect to make a song about lizard about the this silly animal to be a part in song or about Chicho. Chicho is lizard in our in Kelantan lah. That's
Hmm.
right.
The song maybe sound funny because it's only cocek, right? But it's actually have deeper meaning. It's about how people can be tricky and manipulative actually.
Oh,
The lyric, if you look it closely.
Okay. So the song is not about entertainment lah. It's have deeper meaning.
Yes.
Oh.
Actually, according from his wife.
From his wife,
Mm.
how he made the song.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. Um,
So, it's been what 2 or 3 months since we got to IPG. So how are you guys settling here compared to your Kelantan place?
yes.
Oh, very culture shock. Yeah,
What?
culture. Because JB and Kelantan is very far. Okay, that's one. Very far. About 12 hour on bus.
I see.
And also the food is very spicy.
Yes. Yes.
For me, it's spicy. For me, as a person who doesn't eat spicy food, like nasi lemak, for me it's spicy. And nasi lemak, you guys, Johorin put apa tu? Eh, um, something that Kelantan doesn't have. Putu herba. They put putu herba in it. I was like, why? Why? Tapi otherwise the taste is still good lah.
I see. I see. How about you, Syamim?
As for me, the thing that different in Johor is the question like same like Aina said. Uh, the most obvious thing is the price. The price, because I think the Johor Bahru is near to Singapore, so they need to balance the apa the money that come from Singapore to Johor Bahru. The second one is the people here. Most of non-Malay here is Chinese, which come from Singapore. In Kelantan, mostly all of it Malay, or some of it in certain area is Chinese. So I need to adapt more to speak English with some of public people. And once more, I need to learn how to talk. I cannot talk Kelantan here. So yes. I need to adapt how to talk properly with my classmate and all of my other friends. How about you, Dam?
Sometimes the Kelantan accents just come out.
Oh yes, just come out. Yeah. Then the people like, what you talking about? Yeah. So people will know that we are Kelantan people. Like when they hear our accent. How about you, Dam? What is different? Johor. What is different Selangor and Johor?
One thing I agree with you is the price difference. Even in Selangor,
Yes.
the price is still high, but it's still manageable. And I thought the first time I came to JB, I thought Selangor is much more expensive than JB, but I was proven wrong. JB is much more expensive, especially if you go to cafes or any viral spots. The
Yeah.
price cannot be compared to Selangor. Uh, so I'm very surprised because I thought Selangor, which is a main spot with more city kids there, I thought it was going to be much more expensive, but I was wrong. JB turned to be more expensive because JB is like a tourism spot for Singaporean to come and everything. So yeah, it's very surprising to me when I saw the prices here. So yeah, that's all I have
Yeah,
here.
I think I have the same mindset as Adam, because I do really think at Kuala Lumpur, at Selangor, have the more pricey thing here than any country in our Malaysia, in our country. But when we come to Johor, we know Johor Bahru has the highest price in our country. So that has proven that Johor Bahru have the when from Adam POV, we have proven Johor Bahru have the highest price, life price, apa? Cost of living,
Cost of living.
cost of living in our country.
Okay, I think that's all. We will get into our main topic after a short break. But okay, our main topic is a very relaxing topic. We will talk about our experience of our SPM era. So we will start with AINA. What were your first expectations on SPM? Did you think it was easy or hard or intimidating for you at first?
As for me, my first expression of SPM is kinda I thought that SPM is like nightmare because they say that SPM is very very hard. But surprisingly, for instance, BM paper is kind of easy.
Really?
Because on that day I got headache. Right?
Hmm?
So I just answered the paper with sleepy state, just like that. But somehow I got A.
I see. I don't think I'll agree on that because for me, my experience in BM, for paper one, I had a problem with paper one because in the paper one they have a novel part, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I didn't expect for that to come because based on our expectations and what the teacher told us, they didn't tell us about the topic, so I wasn't prepared for that. So I just wrote whatever I had in my mind, and yeah. So in the end, I got B for my BM, which is very disappointing because I thought I could get an A, but it's fine. It's been passed. How about you, Shamim?
For me, um, when the SPM is around the corner, I got no time to rest. In the morning, evening, even the night, we had some cram class. Because we live in our boarding school, so we have only have free time from 10 p.m. to 10 p.m. to 11. 11 we need to lie off. So every night I studied. So for your information, I take science stream. So every night I read all and I read all that I took, especially biology because that's need a lot of reading, and the admit one is very hard. So I made some exercise like in 2 a.m. to 3 a.m. I really like to study late night. So in the SPM paper, I got confused in the admit paper because I studied only five topic that need that apa that as expected to be in the paper, but three of it never come out.
Wait, really?
So I panic, and then I only answer the paper one. I only answer two question, and the paper two, alhamdulillah, I can answer five or six question. And for your information, I never pass my admit paper from form 4 to form 5. But in SPM, I got C.
Oh, Alhamdulillah. What is your first expression of AMAT paper? Because according for my friends who took AMAT, they were crying.
Yes, because as usually the paper one is very hard to answer because um, most of the question is about concept. So you need to really understand the concept to answer the question. But in SPM, the paper one is easier than paper two. Some of most of the students don't answer the paper one carefully. Some of that only leave the question on read, not answer at all. So when the paper two come, the question is quite hard, very hard. Like it never come in any SPM paper before. My teacher also said this is the hardest question in paper two in SPM for 5 years. Like what like the syllabus like the pattern never come in any other SPM for 5 years. So this is the new syllabus for SPM paper. And then we the science stream student need to answer this question, and we become the experiment subject at that time.
Lab kan?
Right.
I see. I can really relate with you guys because I was not in the science stream, but I was actually in science sports stream.
Oh.
Really. I took my elective was economy, science sport, and science computer. For my experience with SPM is surprisingly it was much more easier than trial. Because for me, during my experience trial, especially math. The math paper during trial for Selangor was extremely hard because it changed the format and it was never been done before. The overall pattern, the pages were different. For example, usually in trials or any exams, it has like two parts where where it gives you a question about graphs. Only one question about graphs in bahagya in part B. But in trial, it gives you two parts that have graphs on it. So it takes a lot of time for us to answer it. And then the questions was just very hard from the beginning till the end. It was actually till the end the questions got easier. But overall, it was a very bad experience. But Alhamdulillah, fortunately, in my SPM, for me the math SPM exam was actually easy for me. I got an A for my maths. Um, because the question rely more on the basic things lah. It covers the simple subjects, especially the part of money, the what was it,
That's
where we count the money, the
Finance.
finance. Yeah, it was the finance side of the maths. It was very fun for me. How about you, Shamim? Huh?
Let's talk about uh, pendidikan Islam paper. Apa you
it was disaster.
it was disaster. Like other student experience, the question about history in my paper is usually it only asks about one person, like Abu Bakar As-Siddiq, only one. But in this our SPM paper is asked about three people at once in one question. So luckily before the paper my ustazah asked me to read all of the um, all of the uh, all all the Khalifah in the Sirah subject. So I heard her advice and Alhamdulillah I can answer the question and got an A plus for Pi. Alhamdulillah.
A plus.
Yes.
My God, I got a B. I was NYU.
I actually got B as well because for Pi, I was always bad at Pi because there was too much
Reading.
reading and there's like a lot of branch for me to read from the toko, like from the caliph, and with all of the surah we need to remember. So it's very hard for me. So at that point, I just tawakal lah. I just read whatever I could, and because before it was his sejarah, wasn't it? Before,
Yeah.
so my brain was already dry, so I just read whatever I could. But yeah, um,
Yeah, as for me, for Pi, because before Pi paper, it was sejarah, it's history, right? So I just only focus on history and math because I was really weak on that subjects. So for Pi, apa, I just read it one time and I go sleep. I went to sleep, and then I got a B, and I think like I deserve it. I didn't study much.
Yeah. My advice for the subject, the reading subject, history and Pi. Before my exam, I read all the text in the textbooks and then I put out some piece of paper and I don't read all of the text that I have read. I only write all the things that I remember from what I have read. So this method is really effective because you will remember what you write and what you read. So the the information will be lasting long in your mind, and I always do this method before I take my exam. So this is my secret to get A plus in both subjects.
okay. How about sejarah? Was sejarah easy for you guys?
As for me, it was not easy, but Alhamdulillah, the part I read, it came out in the paper.
I see.
Like PTM 1948, yes, I read that and it come out, yes. Alhamdulillah.
What did you get for your mark?
A plus.
A plus. Same for me. Syamim?
Um, for the sejarah paper, history paper, I have done many exercises such as the trial from other country, and luckily, the trial from Malacca, I guess, have the same question as the SPM.
I
So,
see.
the Malacca paper I made one day before the SPM, so I remember clearly the question and the answer. I read the schema and I can clearly write every answer, and alhamdulillah I got a plus for that. On the time I confidently get a plus for that time and I get it.
For me, I didn't do any exercise nor trial nor past trial papers. What I did was uh, I in 2 or 3 days I memorized both textbooks for Form 4 and Form 5. I memorized all of them, all of the bab, all of the important subjects in each in sejarah. So for me, it wasn't a, easy as a breeze, but it was easy compared to my past experience with sejarah. So I'm very proud of my mark. I got A plus as well because I think the qualification for A plus actually is low because since I think the government wants everyone to get an A in sejarah because it's important and necessary for us to pass that to get our SPM qualifications.
What is your study method
My study method for sejarah or overall subjects.
overall?
For me, I didn't have any specific study. It's about the main way I study, especially when near trial, because before that, before my trial, we have the middle exam, right? That I didn't take it that seriously. I still studied more, but it wasn't that serious. I didn't have any strategy. After that, after some pressure from my parents, I studied is more. Usually, if I don't have extra classes after school, which usually because my school ends at 1 p.m. But if my teachers want to add a class, it will usually end until 2 or 3 p.m. But for me, my mom usually wants me to still study after the 3 p.m. class, but I don't. I just sleep after that because I need sleep to make my brain continue. But I make it work because I like to study at night. I study at night and I do more to maths or I usually also attend night classes. But if I don't have night classes, I just study whatever I have in mind. For example, I just studied math, then history or pi because I'm lazy to read. And if I read history at night, inshallah, I will fall asleep. So I just studied maths or science, anything that's easy for me to study. Yeah. How about you? How about you guys?
For me, I really prefer to study something like math or history. I can study it at night because the time was very comfortable for me because it's very quiet and it's cool. But for morning, I think I'm not a morning person because I was try to wake up at 4 a.m. to study, but I end up sleeping again. I can enjoy the sleepiness of that time. It's very cool, and the the temperature is very leading me comfortable and leading me to sleep again. So how about you guys? Do you prefer to study night or early morning?
For me, I prefer to study at 2 a.m. I usually went to sleep at 10 p.m. and then wake up again at 2 a.m. and then I will study until I go to school the next day. I repeat I repeat this method from trial until SPM.
I see. For me, I always prefer to study at night because during weekdays or school, near trial or after near trial, I had many classes because my class really like to have extra classes after school. So we almost every day I think we had classes. So usually I got back around 2 p.m. and despite my parents still want me to study after that, I don't. I just study at night because I feel at night I feel much more comfortable and refreshed after a rest in the evening. So yeah, I focus study at night. And for weekend, I prefer to study during in the evening, and then some at night. Because for me, during weekends, the night is where I try to enjoy myself, and because also I want to play games with my friends and voice call with my friends. So the evening is where I study a lot during my weekend days. But after trial where we near SPM, I don't actually study a lot in my home because we had a lot of classes like from even during holidays or weekends. We had classes from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. during holidays. Weekdays our class will extend from 5 p.m. So usually at 9 I just study a bit, then go to sleep, just to act like I study in front of my mother, so they don't scold me. But yeah, that's all. Okay, we're gonna have a little segment to rest here, so we will come back soon again. So be right back.
Bye.
Okay, uh, we're now gonna move on to the part where we talk about the challenges of our SPM and the life lesson we get from our experience at SPM. Because before we talk about the joys, the the experience, but now we'll talk about the lessons we got. So Shamim, what were the main challenges you faced during SPM?
Okay, my main challenge when I was in SPM, uh, when I answered after the trial paper in in the September, I guess September or October. In the evening, my friend asked me to join their team, football team in the evening. So I got no choice, so I joined them. And then I have never played football before because I never practiced some because I am a volleyball player. So I play, and after that, unfortunately, I broke my left leg. So so for the speaking paper and the real SPM for science and BM paper, I have to answer it on wheelchair on the wheelchair. So some of my friend, the football team, take care of me. They push me to the exam hall every day. So they also feel guilty for asking me to join their team. So I think that's the main challenge because I can study properly at night because my leg uh, take the border for me to study at night because I need to take enough rest to for my recovery. I As I said before, I usually study at night, so I have to change my adaptability to study in the morning and evening. So that's the main challenge for me, I guess. But for you, Aina.
As for me, I don't have any extraordinary experience or challenge before SPM. I just got like fever before the SPM paper or trial, just like that. Maybe my main challenge is my own laziness. I cannot focus. I cannot focus on study with my phone by my side. I have to put it somewhere else or in other room in order just to focus on study. That's all.
Yeah, I agree on that because sometimes, especially for me near SPM, the first week, the main subject were sejarah, BM, BI. For me, I was able to still focus, but when it got late, where the electives like for me, economy, science part, I got lazy because there's like a huge time gap, so it makes me very lazy and tired for me to study on because I was like burnt out, some may say, especially for science computer because there was like a week, I think a week of gap that we don't have anything. So I felt really lazy and I only studied like a day or two before the exam. So if I could turn back time, I would probably study more, especially on science computer and science sport because most of that subject have already have like 30 marks I have in my hand because we had projects. So it was very sad that I couldn't get an A, but at the same time it was expected because of my own laziness and procrastination. But my main challenges in SPM was I was never was a smart kid or a studious kid. I was always lazy and didn't have any motivation. But because after heavy pressure from my parents, I eventually just forced myself to do it. And even though surprisingly, if people would ask me how I studied, for me at night, I studied usually start at around 9 and stop until 10:30, only an hour or so, an hour or two or so study. How I study is I study for half an hour, watch my phone for 20 minutes, study for more 10 minutes, and then never touch the book again and open my phone. And that's how I studied. Uh, and it was more to most of the time it was more to trick my parents thinking I was study when I was actually watching my phone. So yeah, this was actually my main strategy how I got great marks on SPM and trial, because for trial I got 6A, but for my SPM I got 5A. So yeah, if so, don't come to me and ask for tips, because even in class I slept. So it was surprising I actually got 5A for SPM.
Oh my
Uh,
god, you slept in class? The lecturers are listening, you know.
um, I've changed since then, because I remember especially during history class, I sat at the very front. By the way, I just slept most of the time. But my teacher doesn't really mind it, because for history I didn't really focus on class, because I just studied back at home, because I can't with because I also actually slept late for some days, and I was didn't have any energy, especially if there were extra class of history. I just slept. But my teacher didn't really mind it, because teacher and I was very close, and she knows that I just study back at home even though I sleep in class. So it's fine, because I also like to ask and talk about my teacher a lot online about certain subjects in my or certain subject or topics in sejarah. But yeah, that's how I was. But fortunately in IPG, I haven't fully slept yet, like I did during class before. Maybe because I also sat in the front. But yeah, I hope I will not fall asleep during kuliah, or the lecturer will bite me. So
So, for Adam, right, the main challenge, the subject that challenging is sejarah. But for me, it's about math, math subject, such as for me, I take science, the physics, math, module maths, and ed maths. So I had this one friend that they always score A plus in math. So I asked him, what is the tip to get A or to score the ed math and math paper? So he told me he did not study. I see him every night playing Mobile Legends uh, from 10 p.m. to 12, and then he studied. He he searched from some question from the internet and answer them one or two questions from 1 a.m. to 2 a.m. And then he sleep. Like what? How can so? I know he is very gifted. So for me, I need to study hard. Is this math? So I asked him where he get the question. So he told me he get the question from Telegram or from the previous trial or past trial or SPM paper. So I collect all of the paper and then I print out or I set it on my iPad. So every night from 12 to 3 a.m. I guess I schedule every weekend or in the certain day I will answer 3 questions in a day. Sometimes it's module math or physics or ed math. So I never my teachers, my ed math teachers always ask me to study with my friend. So I met this friend, my mentee. He give me the some tips that I can use when I answer my paper. Some of it very useful because I can handle my time precisely and somehow for module math I got an solid A because um, some of the question that have come out in the SPM paper is very easy for me I guess. I don't know about other people but for math is very hard for the all of student in Malaysia because the new syllabus or what. Because but the friend that teach me, he got an A+ for that exam. So I don't know how he answered the question, but he's very gifted. How he, I don't know what he ate when he was kid. So what about you guys? What the real
Uh,
challenge for you guys?
for me, I actually agree with your friend because for me, I have a philosophy in studying. It's better for you to have a short but a quality amount of study than to force yourself to study without energy.
Yeah.
That's why I after class or tiring day, I don't study. I just wait till I'm prepared and study when I have motivation because it's my opinion that it's better for you to spend your time studying when you have the motivation and the energy for it than to force yourself to go on and study when you don't have any. Because even if you did, you won't understand it or you won't fully immerse yourself in studying. So it won't be the same as you studying willingly.
Yeah, you will just get burned out, and then you don't understand a thing about what you study. That happens to me for seni. I took seni for SPM actually. Uh, People may think that seni is easy because we just draw, but actually we also got objective. So I have to learn from textbook form 1 and form 5 because we don't know what kind of question will come out. And also the objective question around 20% on SPM marks. So I have to remember the Pablo Picasso, the name of the drawing and stuff. And for drawing, if my technique is not good, I have to repeat it all over again. It's really getting frustrating.
What you Shamim, anything you want to add?
I think that's all. I guess.
Okay. How about the life lesson you got during SPM? What was anything that you got from your experience SPM that you can apply in life or anything that changed your mindset?
Mm, yeah. Alright. For me, never suspend any of your homework or the exercise that your teacher give because we don't know what will come out in the exam, and we also can take some of the teacher advice, and you need to hear carefully and take note everything that your teacher says because uh, the teacher has take SPM every years. We only take SPM for 1 year, but the teachers teach the SPM student every year in their life. So they know what will happen and they have the experience for the SPM. So what about you?
For me, same as Shamim, we need to listen to our teachers because they know better. They study the subject very fully compared to us. A lot of my juniors asked me for sejarah tips, and I just told them that you need to do objective repeat. Uh, sejarah objective paper repeatingly, right? Because in order to score sejarah, you just have to do the objective and remember the answer and question, and you can answer paper 2 as well. How about you, Adam?
For me, my life lesson for SPM is I understand that it's important for us to manage our time properly, and it's important to balance your life, studying, and other hobbies in our life. But if I were to give advices in any subject, for maths, I was terrible at maths. I never got anything above E. For especially in my secondary school, I always failed my math paper. At most, I got is E or D. Um, But fortunately, in Form 5, I had a very supporting teacher that always did extra classes and guide us. So I attend every classes no matter how tired I was. And even at home, even if when I was tired, I just did at least one page of math. And the key to math is repetition and consistency, is because the only thing I did during math paper was I just studied all of the previous trial. I completed like 2 or 3 activity books that filled with trial papers. And then with the classes my teacher made, because for me you can never study a single topic in math because it's impossible. You have to understand the pattern, how the questions go. So it's very important for you to study for any topic. It's more to reading, especially history. There's nothing else you can do besides just reading and understanding the plot of the story. If I were to give you an advice, just try to understand the story first, especially the World War part. The Form 4 topic, very fun, and yeah, it was very
Right.
fun, and it's important to you just understand the flow of the story, and then you try to remember it, because even at least in the paper exam, if you don't memorize it, but at least you can retell the story or your understanding of the topics based on your own words, without, even though that you may not hit the proper qualification for the marking, but at least you can get some markings based on your understanding. One last thing I have is always respect and follow your teachers. Even if your teachers, if you don't like even if you don't like your teachers, still try to be respectful and understand, because in Islam it teaches us about respect and attitude in uh, receiving information or education. No matter what, it's important that we have our own uh, what do you say adab in English?
Manners.
Manners, yes, manners to receive and give information. So it's very important, and it teach me a lot about how do I study and how I take education. And overall, always try to do your homework, especially for maths and science, because usually those both are just, you need to do latihan on the activities, because if you don't, you can't, because there are questions, especially in paper 2, are just based on pattern. It's the same thing over and over. They just shuffle it up to make it different. But overall, I think that is all from us. Do you have anything to add? Before we close our podcast, we want to include our sponsor for today, Sencha Japanese Green Tea Drink from the company Poka. It's a very refreshing drink, and it gives you a very quality original tea. It doesn't have any sugar or anything. It's just
Only
tea.
pure tea.
Yes, pure tea.
For those that like green tea, you can try this. You should try this.
Yes.
I confirm you will like it.
Okay. So I think that's all from us. Thank you for listening to our podcast. We will see you another day. Bye
Bye
bye.
bye. See you.